Yo. Oh, the humanity, the circle of life is used to open up a can of beans, opened up a can of worms, another man-made disease, says made in China, but the label ain't in Cantonese, can it be? We being lied to, broken supply routes, I never knew that toilet paper's the key to survival, it's not, but get your roll on, wood root, clean your colon, it's like the 45th time that I'm watching Frozen, hold on. Yo. Oh, the humanity, the circle of life is used to open up a can of beans, opened up a can of worms, another man-made disease, says made in China, but the label ain't in Cantonese, can it be? We being lied to, broken supply routes, I never knew that toilet paper's the key to survival, it's not, but get your roll on, wood root, clean your colon, it's like the 45th time that I'm watching Frozen, hold on, I still can't let it go, like a Tootsie Pop, the world may never know, so do the Tootsie slide, while essential workers either do or die, I ain't shaving 5 weeks, I asked the mirror, who am I? Sim Sema, rocking the same beanie, trying to crack the code like a game genie, rocking all black camouflage so the Grim Reaper can't see me, rocking a black mask just ain't easy, the game's greasy, like 4 chicken wings fried hard, fried rice, no vegetables, and my God, my heart aches. I saw a wake through Zoom and a meme that was way too soon. It's a new moon in Taurus, usually this is where I would give you the chorus, I'm breaking out the maze like Dolores. Not the Laura C. Tucker, but the man and machine queen mother, dream hunters. You could probably tell I'm collard green colored. I'm just the oldest son out of 3 brothers. If there's a glitch in the matrix, I can see numbers. The overmatch still strapping like 300. I need an OG emoji. Hashtag girl dad, my little pony. I will do anything for my little homie. Rest in peace to GG and Kobe. Long live Mamba mentality. Married my baby mama, she ain't mad at me. It's happily ever after the sacrifice. Happy wife, happy life. It's only common sense, that's the light in this dark age of information. I keep checking if my bank account was stimulated. Feeling impatient, patience overflowing, no ventilators. How can I write these ones without a pen and paper? It's Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis Rhythm Nation. The rhythm of the night, the rhythm of creation. Shit is innate, give me some space, at least 6 feet. I'll be sick till I'm 6 feet deep. That's on God, on the gang, on the kids that you claim, on the chick on the side that you bang. That's on the day I was born to the day that I'm going, to the way that I let my nuts hang. It feels special, like a 38. I guess I had to wait to 38 to have the whole world saying I heard he's great. Been 2 years since the world stopped, and I just got my 3rd shot. If the 3rd time's the charm, then what's the pain in my arm? I just heard pop, pop, goes a needle, the sequel, the 38 special delivery for my people, and it's on time. Just turned 40, but I'm still at my Amazon Prime. Analog lines on a digital scale, by faith and not sight. When I write, it's a biblical braille with chemical trails. It feels like I'm feeling myself, but I'm outside my physical self. Like astroplaning, not a captivity, no capture is captivating. Black hole, Afro-American gangster, black flag hanging, you know what I'm banging. No gang signs, no sign language, sign here if you know what I'm saying. Or redefine, define more information. Pay and find the street, find your location. Find a landline to get you out of the matrix. Call your mama like mama, I made it, I'm a made man. No more strange fruit and strange lanes. I done broke the chains and shakes hand. Amen. Been 2 years since the world stopped, and I just got my 3rd shot. If the 3rd time's the charm, then what's the pain in my arm? I just heard pop. Been 2 years since the world stopped, and I just got my 3rd shot. If the 3rd time's the charm, then what's the pain in my arm? I just heard pop. I mean I did turn 40, and as the world turns I had to turn the page on my story. Grew up with the boys, limousine bags in the bedroom with a 40. As a newest member of the 40-40 club, I'ma get like one time for the plug. I'ma get right all night on some drugs, and if you really learning then you might call me now, this my nickname. Bridges on my neck, that's a big chain. Tarot card deck in the kids game. Married with a kid, I'm a rich man, fucking up your couch like I'm Rick James. Go, it's your birthday, what's your birth chart, your birth time, your birthplace. All I know is I was up on a 3rd place. I'm the 3rd of my name, but in the 1st place. Earth sign, earth gonna make the earthquake. Picking up dirt like it's Earth Day. On my worst behavior in the worst way. You should try to take them down on the first date. Might take a couple dollars at the church plate. On my Stephen A. Smith, it's my first take. Woke up and chose violence in the workplace. Made the beat work like a work day, and I just let my words play. Been 2 years since the world stopped, and I just got my third shot. If the third time's a charm, then what's the pain in my arm? I just heard pop. Been 2 years since the world stopped, and I just got my third shot. If the third time's a charm, then what's the pain in my arm? I just heard pop.
Good evening. My name is Jah Logic, also known as Mr. M, and you're watching a special edition of Jah Logic and Friends. I want to say every edition of Jah Logic and Friends is a special edition because it's pretty much an interview series, and I only do this particular show when I have somebody worth interviewing. I want to thank everybody who pulled up so far. I see some of you in the chat. I see the numbers are climbing. You know what I mean? We are just on time, no CP time. All right. And for those of you watching the rebroadcast, definitely salute to you as well. We're live on the Ranters Union on YouTube, as well as Jah Logic and Friends on YouTube, iRant Network on Facebook and Twitch. And we're also streaming live on the Mankind page on Facebook. All right. And today I have the honor of interviewing MC, mental health advocate, father, all-around good brother, N8 Nate from Mankind and or NRO. And without further ado, let me bring on my brother. Let's bring him on.
Good, brother. How you feeling, Logic?
All is well, man. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me.
Salute the Casey gang, the first person to comment in the chat. Casey gang, also legend, also known as MC Mighty Casey. Salute to my guy. Salute to Skrill, the one other half of Mankind. We see you, brother.
It's good, bro.
Yeah, you know, and basically we're gonna have a good conversation. I'm gonna chop it up with my brother Nate right here about his latest project, all right, called 40 Days, 40 Nights. And I had the honor of hearing it before it was released. If you are subscribed to the Ranters Union or if you follow Mankind on Facebook, you already seen the listening, and hopefully you got yourself a copy already, right? And it was dropped for his 40th birthday. So I want to say happy birthday to you.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate it.
Many more. So as it says here, MC, father, and mental health advocate, and Nate, also known as Nate of Mankind, is joining me to talk about his new project, 40 Days and 40 Nights, and it's available at 40daysand40nights.biz. All right? And I also want to point out the very important fact that part of the proceeds of this project does go to a mental health organization. So we'll get into more of that, right, when we actually do the actual interview, right? I don't want to do the interview for him, right? I'm gonna let him break it down. Salute to my guy Kennedy. Says, what up, Josh? Salute Kennedy. He also said, what up, Nate? Salute. All right, salute Kennedy. So we in here. All right. Once I see Kennedy in the chat, it's lit. You know what I mean? He's also said, what up to Casey? Yeah. Once we see Kennedy in the chat, it's lit. So without further ado, Nate, thank you for being here once again. And I outlined a few questions, a little more than a few questions. You know what I mean? And we're gonna get to them. And I want to first start off by saying this is Jah Logic and Friends, but this is a friend of many friends, right, of mine. But this is actually the first time we actually sitting down and really chopping it up. So it's really an organic experience y'all about to witness right now. You know what I mean? And I want to take it back, right? Because I did know of you, right, for a while now, being a veteran MC. And I know of you through NRO, New Rap Order, and the group Mankind. So I want you to kind of bring us up to speed for those of you in the chat or that's watching this who don't know who NRO is. If you're from New York or, you know, plenty other places, or if you're a hip hop aficionado, there's a good chance you do know about NRO. But for those who don't know NRO, I want you to break that down, your affiliation to NRO. What is NRO? And then I want you to also let us know how that Mankind formed the group.
All right, bet. So NRO is New Rap Order. It's a hip hop collective, New York based, mainly Harlem and Brooklyn MCs. We came together in the early aughts, um, was running around New York City, um, had the mixtapes popping. Um, uh, it was really a collective of a couple of groups. We had a group out of Brooklyn called MFAC. Nova was in it. I was in a group with Nova and the homie Jah called The Project. And then I had a group from my side in Harlem called Uptown Elements. You know what I'm saying? So that's the New Rap Order. Um, Mankind came about. We knew Skrill from running around the city. He was a bit younger than us, and he would be at the same shows and ripping them down. I knew Skrill for many, many years, but it was much later in our friendship when we decided to start making music together. And once we started, we just really never stopped. Like um, Mankind Music Academy is. Um, and it is an academy. Like it's been a learning experience for both of us. I've learned a lot from him as an MC. He's learned a lot from me as an MC. It was a place of like collective healing for our community. You know what I mean? And it was like bringing um, different generations of artists together under one hub, right? So we had like my generation, which was slightly older than his, and then he had his generation, and all of these pieces coming together to create music. You know what I'm saying? In my apartment in the Jex, at the time I was living in Taft, and we would be doing like sessions 3 times a week from like 7 p.m. to 1 a.m. at night, every week, 3 times a week. You know what I'm saying? And the people you would hear on those projects would be the people who would be coming through during that time. We were putting out that, we were putting together those projects. And yeah, man, I learned so much, uh, you know, during that process, um, recording that many people so closely. You know what I mean?
Like usually a lot of greatness come out of situations like that. It's real good to be able to have, not good, it's great to be able to have an actual like incubator for artists. You know what I mean? So what you're describing makes total sense. You know what I mean? When you have that incubation space where brothers could and sisters can sit around and make shit happen, magic always happens with that. You know what I mean?
And it was definitely magic happening in that space. With
Salute to Vel, he's on the check-in. No says mankind.
Super
Skrills.
duper.
Salute to those brothers. I also want to say, like I said, I'm familiar with this brother from his affiliation with NRO originally. So I definitely want to salute to the members of the NRO that I know that I was cool with. Pharaoh Z. Salute to my brother Pharaoh Z. Salute to Cav. Cav Wins. Salute to MCK Swift, my guy. Me and him had a great special moment living in Oakland together at the same time. A lot of stories there. Trezure Empire, of course, your partner Skrill and Supernova, who's on the screen there, not to be confused with Supernova Shalom. This is Supernova of Straight Out of Brooklyn Media, aka NRO. The Rose Show says, "Hey family, what's up with you? Thank you for pulling up, sister." Peace. And Capo James says, "NRO showed me a lot of love."
Capo, what up, bro?
A beat maker from Virginia, good brothers. Yeah, that speak about that real quick. Like let's like talk about your reach, because I know you guys from tearing it down in New York, right? But obviously y'all got reach, right? So tell us a little bit about Capo and how y'all linked with him, a beat maker from VA.
Capo, actually, I met him through Nove. He produced an EP with Super, um, extra dope music. But Mankind, as far as like producers, like we've worked with Charles Hamilton, worked with Brett Wonder, super dope brother out of Chicago by the name of the Deity Complex. He's probably produced the most Mankind projects. My brother Halo, who's actually Skrill's brother. Definitely shout out to Giff and Spies from New Rap Order as well.
Salute to them brothers. And pardon me if anybody I missed y'all, because I know NRO is a deep ass collective of artists. So, you know, I was just mentioning the people I had the privilege of, you know, kicking it with. You know what I mean? So, you know, Pharaoh and Cav been to the crib when I used to live in the style type shit. So I'm just talking about the people I had a chance to really kick it with. But I say that and I stutter because I don't want no NRO members out there.
Nah, we ain't on that. we ain't on that type of time. It's always loves.
I know. But yo, you know, speaking of Skrill though, you know, I remember the first time I seen Skrill spit. You know what I mean? I know this is an interview about Nate. And first of all, I should call you Nate, not innate, right? I know you get that question a lot, right?
It's definitely Nate, but it's also innate. It's you know what I'm saying? It's both of those things. It's all good.
That's a bet. So I remember the first time I seen, because I know NRO for not just being a dope ass MC collective, but an art collective in general that hosted a lot of speakeasies, right? There was a lot of speakeasies going on over 10 years ago, hosted by NRO, where people got to meet each other. I remember I met Shaka, the brother who directed the Black Judas. Right? I met him at the speakeasy.
Definitely.
The first time I seen Skrill speak, right? You guys really been hosting incubation spaces for a while. And I believe this particular event that I'm talking about was hosted by Pharaoh Z and Cav in Crown Heights, right?
Okay.
And I have footage of that. I don't have it. Actually, you guys got footage of it. Shall we? All right, let's get into it. Check this out, y'all. This is now, if those of you who know who I am, you know that I produced a mockumentary with my brother there, MC Mighty Casey, called Monkey Gang, the mockumentary. So NRO invited me to a speakeasy they were hosting and allowed me to show the trailer and tell the people about Monkey Gang. And I want to thank y'all again for that. And check this out. This is actual footage of the first time I witnessed Skrill spit.
Crack selling Kevin. Monkey Gang, motherfucker, we the realest. How did I get the name Kissing Cousin? Well,
this is how we guerrilla filmed our movie. We show you blogs, we show you Goon DVD, we show you Battle Pit, and we show you interviews. So this way, we live up to all the expectations of what you're watching, and we put it together in the form of a documentary. So what you're witnessing right now is magic happening. All of these are beautiful black and brown people, all artists. Look at Nate right there. Look at
with the dreads.
With the dreads. Oh, I gotta rewind it.
The kufi with the with the do-rag underneath.
I meant to say this too, because they don't have you in this particular clip spitting, but I remember it was you, him, and Supernova and Pharaoh, and I believe
this night is like a Mankind precursor.
Facts.
You know,
I seen y'all spit.
I
seen y'all spit together this night, and like you said, like you guys are the type of MCs that is like y'all mesh so perfectly. It's like when Method Man and Redman got together, type of thing. You know what I'm saying? But this is really magic in the making. We watch it, y'all. I can't stress this enough. Real talk. And Casey says dreads in the kufi. Yes, that's him with the dreads in the kufi. let me play this part right here a little bit more. This is definitely magic, and we're in a regular apartment in Crown Heights, and you basically got a concert, you got a movie premiere, you had filmmakers who didn't even necessarily blow up yet in the business. You know what I mean? Listen, let me shut up and let Supernova take over.
I'm new, old school, and y'all. Few rules involved. MCs in my way, I'ma move them off. Plus, y'all can't fuck with what I'm on. No, negative, your flow's been overdrawn. I'm so competitive, competition never slum. To sleep and I'll creep up on them. Good morning. We rise and shine, no falling back with us. If you on the map, we on the tap, we bust. Trust.
Likely black fitted on. Black Timbs, black lenses, slacks fitted long, you know, on the tee, patch knitted on the jacket to match it, capture the dawn and captions, the news flash rap till it's gone. If I ain't giving back to my squad and attack, smack your chick like go find your man, ask for his cross, come back with it on. You wanna know your friends in there? Come back with my boys. Easy as that with no asking because I'm the greasiest cat who never mastered the mug. I'm laughing with shrugs, the hottest cat rapping. Get slapped if they thinking they have what I was. Lapped them and passed them. I actually was that dude who half rap and half what it was back when the boom back made it packed in the clubs and the DJs made you clap for the fact that it was the art form of blacks and we finally owned our own music. We finally home. Right around the same time Reagan got us in clothes. Rig, crack, rap, some rhyming, some grinding them stones. In the 80s, that's the time I was born. Mom's held me, heart unhealthy. Time I was wrong.
Yo, for now on, call me Magic. The way I run a break, eat a rapper for breakfast, first meal of the day. Yeah, I'm microphone Jordan in the barn smoking hay. You a microclone jock and a hot rapper in his hay. Darling, I'm a beast. When I'm in them sheets, flatten out them cheeks, iron out the creases, cracks and crevices. My method is to create the biggest illusion the world has seen like 9/11 did. Get a whole army of ignorant rap stars to flip the script and show you that the black man is God. The God man is black. The black God is man. With the God you now aim clapping at Uncle Sam. So somebody tell this person where we at right now. Give me.
Yo, that footage is golden, brother. That's
Golden.
amazing to see. All these years later, like, wow.
12 years to be exact.
Yeah, that's
12 years to be exact, bro.
That's crazy. And me and Skirrell knew each other even longer than that. And we didn't make any music until like the summer of like 2015. But we would meet up at the speakeasies, at the shows, and definitely bars would be flying back and forth. Yeah.
Yo,
it's amazing to see all of those people in here. Is like, where are they now? Some of these people are like really, really, really out here doing it.
Facts. Like I said, I met the brother Shaka there.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Charlie Antoinette would be at these joints. She's ODing in the world of design. It's crazy. It's amazing. You know what I mean?
Now, in case y'all don't get it yet, NRO is an important part of hip hop fabric in New York City, and that's what I basically wanted to express with that too. Not just because I was there too. It wasn't just because of that. I wanted that was part of it, but I just wanted to express how important this collective is to New York City. Real talk, and yeah, man.
Like that energy of the speakeasy was kind of like, the Mankind sessions were kind of like built on top of that. We were creating that, but in a more stationary type of environment and recording music.
Right.
So it's like a speakeasy, and then the mic is on. It would be the same type of vibe, and then the mic would be on. We would have the beats running and start creating these concept projects.
So let me ask you, how many projects exactly do you have under Mankind?
I believe that it is 18 out, and the 19th we all completed. That's going to come out this year. Mind your business. So we at the very least have created 19 joints. 18 of them are out.
That's crazy. That's wild. How many years did it take y'all to complete that many projects?
In 2015. So seven joints.
That's wild. So but it makes sense to me. You know what I mean? So with that being said, we talking about networking first and foremost. We talking about the greatness and the stock that Nate comes from. You know what I mean? And some of the things that he's done in the past. And while we're talking about networking, before we move on, I also want to shout out MC Mighty Casey, who you work with now. Also Cactus, who's done work with NRO as well. With that being said, I want to know so I know how I got to see you guys, right? How I first witnessed, like I just showed it. That was literally my first time seeing you guys spit together, right? But how did you meet Casey's crazy ass, and how did y'all Mankind working with
crazy? We had put out the first joint that we put out election year, and that was the first joint that we did over like original beats. And Casey, he had what do you call it, the music generator video joints, and he was like, yo, I want to do some videos for election year, and he did. And I was like, yo, these are super dope, you should come through to the studio. And he started coming through to the studio, and we started building with him, and eventually he got on tracks. But I want to say that it was a couple of months before we realized that was Mighty Casey. We didn't even realize, put two and two together. I know I didn't.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't put all of them, together. And it wasn't like he showed up and was like, yeah, I'm
right.
White Girls Mighty Casey. He was just coming through and just supporting what we was doing. He's been supporting it ever since. That's my guy.
That's fire.
Real genuine dude.
Yeah, that's fire. That's super dope and organic of him, man. That's dope. And of the situation in general, right? For y'all to allow him into your space, no motives, not knowing who he is or what he's done. Just like, nah, you support. Yeah, there's a seat at the table for you. You know what I mean?
That's going back again. That was the energy of the speakeasies, and that was the energy of the Mankind sessions.
Right. Speaking of speakeasy, I got a little bit more footage of a speakeasy they did right here too. And yeah, man, look at the homies, man. This is magic in the making. These type of events, man. And all right, well, I said I was gonna save it for that's just ice y'all got at the speakeasy. Let me fall back. Let me just let me relax. Let's take it slow real quick. Okay? This is NRO Speakeasy, and they got the legend Just Ice DJing at they joint right now. Well, back then, but that's what we watching. Were you at this one?
I'm pretty sure I was somewhere, probably close to the bar at this point in my
okay.
Where the bar is probably where you would have found me.
I got a funny Just Ice story, but I'm not gonna tell it. Not today, man. But y'all tell you how I met Casey, just like how you met him, like real organically. But I knew who he was when I met him, right? Mm-hmm. So I seen him coming out of Joe's Pub. At the time, I was working with Lyrics to Go, as well as Third Pound and Lyricist Lounge, right? So we used to do a weekly event out of Joe's Pub, and one day we went on an off night when we weren't throwing our events, but somebody else was throwing an event. I think it was Forrest. Forrest. I think it was Forrest throwing an event. Mm-hmm. And I seen Casey come out of the club, the lounge, drunk as fuck and shit. And I just back then I was all about, let me get your number. Fuck a picture. I was trying to work with everybody, right? So let me get your number. And Casey had this broke ass phone, and he gave me his number. And I never called it, but then in the future I would see him in a bunch of other spots, and we just kept getting cool. And then one day I seen him on Nostrand, and he was just like, "Yo, you want to smoke?" I'm like, "Fuck yeah!" Because like you said, at that time of your life, you might have been hitting the bottle. That time of my life, I was smoking 10 spliffs a day, right? So we got cool. We burned spliffs and shit, and started chopping it up about industry shit. Started going to all of the industry parties and rating them, whether we was on a list or not. We called ourselves the Open Bar Bandits. We went to every fucking open bar we could find. We don't care about the event for real. We networking in that shit, but we just did have fun. But then I started working with the youth with him, and then we just had this deeper conversation where he was like, "Yo, we should spoof some of this bullshit we see going on." We would watch Smacks, and all those other hood DVDs at the time that had basically niggas snitching on themselves early before the internet, where it was more about the DVDs and shit. And then that's how we end up making that film that I referenced earlier.
Monkey Gang,
the mockumentary. Casey says, "Salute, Nate." Yeah, salute to you, Casey. Salute to you, man.
Salute to Casey, real genuine brother.
Yeah, absolutely. And with that being said, am I right to surmise you got 20 years in the game? Because I kind of heard it like a bar in the album.
Definitely, yeah.
20 years in the game.
Yes, MCing, yeah.
So I definitely would say it's evident, right? It's evident that you're a master at your craft. So that those 20 years were well spent, right?
Appreciate that.
And as we just, expressed, you're cut from the cloth of the culture for real, right? You're not somebody trying to get in it to necessarily, and I don't want to speak for you, but you're not in it for no riches or no accolades. You're in it because that's who you are organically. You're an MC, right?
Doing right.
And with you mastering your craft and all of that, I feel like a lot of people who's cut from the culture for real make a conscious decision not to go mainstream. So I want to ask you, is that your story? Are you genuinely not trying to go mainstream? Was that a decision you made? Because the talent's there, the collective is there, the bodies are there, the energy is there, the magic is there. It would seem to me that that's a decision to not walk through certain doors. You know?
Yeah, definitely. I don't fuck with the industry like that. I know, not to mince words, but I love the art. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, um, at the same time, when you excel at something, when you do have true passion, there's ways and avenues for you, to get to it. And that's what we on right now. That's what 40 Days and 40 Nights.biz is about. That's what um, Mind Your Business, the Mankind Project is all about. Um, Fuck the industry, but give me my bag for what it is that I do because I'm dope at it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, not to get on my soapbox because this is your interview, Nate. But I can relate to everything you're saying, and I want to tell Skrill, who says, "Nah, we want some money too."
Definitely want some money too, but we ain't selling our ass for it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? We genuine about our love for this art form, our love for the culture, and that's going to come through every time you see us, every time that you hear us. We're never going to do something on some. We doing this because for the reason of, what I'm saying, bread.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because it come from the cloth for real.
Right. You know what I mean? Like this footage feels and looks like, it feels and looks like footage from like the beginning of this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like if you look at parties and shit from like the 80s or the 70s, like this is hip hop. This is culture. You know what I'm saying? What I mean?
That's a
like,
fact.
For real.
So I wanna say yes, Skrill, but we want money too, and I agree with you as well, Nate.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I feel like that comes with the growth and we on grown man time now, right? I was just having this conversation with my brother Victory. It was because he had a show earlier where he was asking people, would you quit your 9 to 5 for your business if your business is starting to, need more time than your 9 to 5, right?
Mm-hmm.
And basically what I'm starting to say is we had to come to a point in our life where we can't really give the good old college try, as the saying goes, right? It's like, all right, at this point, I mastered my craft. What am I going to do with it? I'm going to monetize my shit, but without, like my homie Big LSD would say, taking the thumb in the butt.
Right.
We're not taking the thumb in the butt.
You're not. You know what I mean? And
yeah, I hate to go crazy graphic on your interview, Nate, but that's a saying that my homie Big LSD say all the time. Not taking the thumb in the butt.
Nah, for real. You know what I mean? And just love rapping. You know what I'm saying? I love making music. It's something that I feel like I'm always going to do.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we're at a point in time in the history of the world where you can do this shit from where you're at. You know what I mean? When we first started, you needed to be in the studio. You needed that tapes. You needed so much, to get shit done. That now it's like,
it's
watch
crazy.
YouTube videos, learn. It's like get it in.
It's
know
crazy.
what I mean? So
yeah, we kind of spoke about that behind the scenes a little bit. It's like, for us to get the footage out in the time we did of your album listening, back then we would have needed some heavy ass cameras, all types of bulky equipment, streaming live. That would have been some whole other shit, at the time, but it was possible, right? But it would probably took like some, at very least public access studio type of thing to go, you know what I mean? But now we definitely have the power to do what we have to do with it. And now, with that being said, we're doing it mature. We got the blazers on, taking ourselves serious,
You caught me on date night, you know what I'm saying? I walked right in after date night. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna keep this going. I feel smooth right now, so I'm
right.
ready for it. Said, yo.
It's a difference.
Goes up to that statement to my brother Skrill. Word.
My brother Skrill says the difference between a thumbs up and a thumb in the butt. There's a difference. There's definitely a difference. There's definitely a difference. You know what I mean? So with that being said, and we talking about being mature and masters of our craft and things of that nature, you wear your age on your sleeve for this album. You say, this is my 40th birthday. I'm dropping it on my 40th birthday. I'm 40 years old. I've been in the game 20 years, right? You talk about family in this project, so you wear being a family man on your sleeve as well, being a husband, a father. You know, obviously you're not of the mind state of ageism and the industry bullshit. So for someone who may not get it, and I know most of us get it, we the choir. Can you take us into the mind of someone who's not worried about not only breaking in the quote unquote industry, but worried about the fake ass ageism that they talk about? Because I feel like that's only relevant if you're trying to get put on versus if you're trying to create business, you know, and nation build.
Yeah, I have to create from where I'm from. You know what I'm saying? I have to create from a genuine place. You know what I mean? And the crazy thing about it is that when folks try to go against that grain, like, it's so obvious. You know, it's so everyone can see that this is not you. This is not, you know, this is not an authentic experience that you're giving folks. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm not gonna hide from, you know, how old I am. My first project that I put out was 38 Special. I put it out on my birthday. I'm like, hey, I'm turning 38 in the middle of a fucking pandemic.
Right.
And I want to I want to document what it was like during this time period, you know, being a first time father in the middle of a pandemic, turning 38, and the world has just stopped. And when I turned 40, it was like, yo, I wanna document this, you know. We kind of coming out of that kind of situation. You know, my daughter is older. I'm older. My experiences has changed since the last time that I, you know, released a solo project. And it's just genuinely coming from the truth of what my everyday life is. You know,
Right.
I don't have that. I can't give you, you know, something else. You know,
Right.
for me personally. You know
Right.
what I mean? You know, the Mankind projects allow us to explore popular culture as a vehicle to speak on, you know, social commentary and do things of that sort. But I feel like if I'm coming out with a solo project and I'm putting my name on it, it says that it's Nate. I have to give you Nate. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm giving you. You know what I
Makes
mean?
a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense, you know. And I think that even the people who possibly wouldn't have gotten it in the beginning, I think you broke it down in a way that makes sense for them too. You know, you can't be nothing but who you are because of what we just already established in the beginning of this interview, right?
Not gonna feel the way that the music actually feels. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
You know what that remind me of when you said that though? Remind me of like when a older rapper that's been on, you know, on I use with the, you know, quotations meaning, you know, in somebody's pocket and, you know, fuck it, took the thumb in the butt, right? And then they try to come back and keep themselves relevant and they start like wearing tight pants and shit and like shit they not, and they look crazy because like, nah, that's not you, right? We can accept you for you. You don't gotta try to ride the wave. There's still an audience for you, right? Relax, right? But that's what it reminded me of, sidebar. But Skrill says, and Nate has been talking about having a baby and getting married since our second project 7 years ago.
You know what? It's interesting because I would find ways to weave, you know, who I am and where I was going into those narratives and Mankind, and it's very true, and that's part of the reason why the next Mankind project is speaking on the bag, because we actually had a conversation. I was like, all of the things that I spoke about doing and having in the Mankind projects, they actually came to fruition. So let's focus. let's write a project about, you know, getting this money. But yeah,
Let's
that
use this
those are factual, you know. And the crazy thing is that Mankind and the relationship that I have, you know, with my wife started pretty much at the same time.
Wow.
You know what I mean? I
Wow.
think that Mankind might have started maybe a month or two before. So they've been, you know, these parts of my life have been happening and growing at the same time.
Fire. Right. But yeah, I like what you just said, man. Let's use our intention. Like I've been preaching. I did a health and wealth retreat. I want to say 5 years ago now, right? And one of the things that we spoke about at this retreat was, and I tried to drive home to my people, like, you know how fast 10 years go by, and not to mention, do you not realize that the majority of the shit you was doing led to all the good shit you got right now? So if we be intentional now, right? It's one thing to kind of figure it out, but if we use our intention and our words wisely right now, yeah, skies is definitely the limit. You know what I mean? And 10 years will go like that, and we'll be right where the fuck we need to be. You know what I mean? And Skrill says, fam sounds like Tyrone Grizz West. Salute, Skrill.
And Ty Grizz as well.
The Ty Grizz. And Kennedy Williams says, I agree with everything you and Nate saying. Good interview, good show. Thank you, Kennedy. Thank you. I appreciate that. I really do. So, yo, thank you for breaking all that down. I got some more questions with you. We got a little bit more time. Yeah, it was date night. I let you get back to the missus. You know what I'm saying? But let me see. Where we at? Okay, yeah. So with all that we just said, tell us about the motivation for this album, and I want you to include the decision on you donating a part of the proceeds to the CBO dedicated to men's mental health. I believe it's called Black Men Heal, right?
Black Men Heal.
Yeah, So you're donating a lot of the proceeds to Black Men Heal. Tell us about that.
Well, music has always been therapeutic for me, but this project is the first time that I was creating music while actually going to therapy, right? And I was addressing, traumas and things in my life in real time, and then creating, behind that, and it just really allowed me to be intentional on the things that I said on this project. It's a double album, and the second half of the album is basically a project that me and the producer had created 10 years ago that we had never really put out, right? And part of that not putting it out was things that I didn't deal with at the time, in terms of understanding who I was as an artist, figuring it out. I figured it out through Mankind. I figured it out through Mankind. But at the time when I was working on that project, Big Trouble, I didn't really have it together.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And with this project, I really wanted to create a context to finally put that out. And through going through therapy, I realized that I needed to release the version of myself that I created for survival in order to thrive, right? In the life that I am right now. And sometimes the things that you use to survive, right, they can become a cage later on, because it's not meant for where you're going. It was meant for where you were coming from. You know what I mean? So in my new role as a husband, as a father, there's just certain things that I have to release, right? And then symbolically releasing the Big Trouble project, releasing a project under my former moniker, King Gutter, was a way of me doing that.
Right.
I see the thing that says mental health advocate, and I have to, because it's a new thing for me. I don't want to front I've been going to therapy for years. I literally started this year, but it's had such an impact on me. You know what I mean? Recently, because of vacations and for whatever reason, I didn't get to go. I want to say 2 out of the past 3 weeks, and I felt the difference of not having those conversations, not having those like I said, conversations about accountability, about intentionality. I look forward to that 45 minutes to an hour every week. You know what I mean? And it was something that I didn't even know that I needed. I didn't grow up in a situation where people seek therapy.
Right.
You understand what I mean? I'm definitely the prototype of the strong silent type, to keep it pushing, do what you need to do, keep it pushing, get up in the morning and, you know, make it do what it do. And there is some virtue in that, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I think that we all need to speak to somebody. You know what I mean? And we don't, you know, as black men, I don't think that, you know, people feel safe admitting that, or people feel safe actually, you know what I'm saying, doing it. You know what I mean? So I felt that if, you know, for whatever reach that I have, if I can be like, yo, I was going through it, I'm still going through it, but I'm in a better place because I'm talking to people. I'm talking to someone about, you know, the things that are going on in my life. You know what I mean? And yeah, and some of these songs were like literally homework.
Right.
You know, once I built a rapport with the therapist, and I was like, you know, I'm actually an artist, and you know, I do this, and she was like, you know, you should write about, you know, the things that your trauma with, you know, your family, and things that we spoke about. I think that you should explore that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, that's basically how this project came about.
That's fire. And you know, I was listening, and the song you got called "Release Date."
Right.
Release date. You said King Gutter, I release you.
I release you, bro. I release you.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That shit hit home with me. You know, everything that you said, I can't even ask a question about it because you already said it. But I definitely wanted to say that. That was in my notes. Like release date, that line, that concept, what you were talking about, releasing the old you. You know the I'm not paraphrasing his rhymes in there, y'all. I'm not gonna fuck his rhymes up, but the old you that no longer serves you, basically, you know, is like you got to be able to release that shit because if you don't, you're gonna end up being your own downfall time and time again.
You know,
and it's sad to say that I see it happen a lot with you know people I know, man. They think they got to hold on to certain shit and certain behaviors, and it just really really prohibits them, you know, from growing in every sense of the word, you know, business, socially, you know, etc. You know, so relationships. So Kennedy says music is always therapy. I agree with that.
it is.
You know? And even especially coming from where we come from too, because we got some fucked up habits, you know, coming from where we come from, and some real weird, you know, nonsensical codes of conduct. Some of it is rooted in, you know, being a stand-up man, and some of it is just rooted in nonsense. And the streets don't even, you know, live by the streets, and that ain't 6ix9ine ain't create that shit. He's just a byproduct of it.
Byproduct. He's literally the truth of what it is.
Absolutely.
And what it's been for a very long time.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
So
Kennedy says some people just don't want to get it, and then it comes out these motherfuckers wearing weird clothes and like, what the fuck you smoking? And then he goes on to say, you know, you can still connect with people and be you, right? Salute.
and I think, you know, for the younger generation, I don't know if they feel that it's an option for them. You know, especially with the way that social media is and the way that images and they feel like everything needs to be a certain way. I don't know if they feel, you know, that's an option, and I think that's why it's important, you know, to show it, you know.
Right. And we definitely need more people.
Alternative.
Right. I was about to say we definitely need more MCs like yourself to do that. Right. But what I wanted to say, and pardon me for cutting you off, but I feel like in this next generation, we do have that, right? Because even like Kendrick is not of this youngest generation anymore. But I want to say when I first heard Kendrick with Good Kid, Mad City, I was like, oh shit, it's finally okay to admit that, you know, I was a good kid. I'm just from Far Rock.
Yeah.
But I heard that shit back home. I was visiting. I said, this shit speaking to my fucking soul right now. But I do feel like they, you know, it's a little bit more normalized, but it's not the money and the press and all of that is going behind the fuck shit. So I feel like the other shit just more appealing. You know what I mean?
It's interesting because it felt like for a while that it was kind of like going to go in that direction, you know, especially once like Kanye became, the thing, and then the MCs that kind of came about because of Kanye.
Mm-hmm.
And then it took a turn I didn't really see coming. I realized that, the streets are always going to be the streets. They're always going to have a hold on the culture. You understand what I'm saying?
That's a fact.
And yeah,
Real says, especially if we talking about how they dress, and none of that should be a judgment on their want or ability to be themselves.
Yeah,
that's true. And Joy says she's proud of you.
Oh,
I didn't put the last part in, but Alexander says, "Preach, brother. We go through that. We go through what we go through. That's a fact." Just one love. Good to see you. She says, "Music needs to be used. What is it made for? Praise." That makes a lot of sense. And I just want to remind y'all, you can get this album at 40days40nights.biz.
40days40nights.biz.
Currently, there's a promo going on with it. So it's also a call to action, is a way of raising funds. Like I said, a lot of the proceeds are going to Black Men Heal to help other Black men get therapy, right? So with that being said, it is a $40 project right now during the 40 days and 40 nights, but you also get I want to say, hold on, let me not mess it up. Let me not even fuck it up. Let me do it right. I'm gonna tell you all of the shit you get with it, and it's not shit. I'm just cursing because I'm a little too comfortable right now. My fault. So you get the 40/40 Vision freestyle bonus track. You get the double album, of course. You get 3 digital art pieces by Trezure Empire. Salute to the sister Trezure. You get an original video called for Paul Bearer. You get an unreleased video for Fresh. You get another unreleased video for Cold Blooded, and a free ticket to Mankind's Father's Day performance by email. All right, so you're not just paying $40 to donate to the cause and or for the project. You're still getting your money's worth, right? You're getting art, you're getting music videos, you're getting even an event entry, right? If you're in New York City or going to be in New York City around Father's Day. So just wanted to say that, you know what I mean? All right, so let me talk about some of the other songs that kind of touched me real quick. So, Parental Advisory.
Yeah, I feel like that's a favorite on the project. That was the most organic, easiest song for me to write, because I'm literally writing, what happens.
Yo,
on a morning, afternoon, and evening of my life. And I remember when I was going to write this song, I was getting ready to write it. My daughter was acting up, and I told her, I said, I'm about to tell everybody about your behavior. As soon as I get you to sleep, I'm literally going to let everyone know how you're acting right now. And I went into it with that mindset, and I think that I was able to pull it off. And every time that I perform the song, parents come up to me and they're like, yo, you pretty much nailed it on the head. And don't get me wrong, I love the gift of fatherhood. My daughter is amazing. I learn things from her every day. Every day she does something that just amazes me. I'm like, where did you get that word from?
Right.
It's fatherhood is an amazing gift, but I needed to be honest about those mornings and those evenings, and you gotta tell the whole thing.
Right. Yo, listen, man. I put in my note, first of all, if anybody's not clear yet, this song is about parenthood, right? And in my notes, it literally says a clear depiction of what it means to be a parent and or try to leave the house as a parent, right? Like, let me just put this out there for anybody who's not a parent. Leaving the house is, you see, before you're a parent, you're thinking, yo, we about to go out, baby. Brush your teeth, make you shower already, pick your clothes on, you out, right? Leaving the house with a child is you still think you got that luxury because you still think you the cool parent and shit. No, there's a checklist of miscellaneous shit that you're not even thinking about. That comes with leaving the house with a child. So, that was one of the parts of the song that got to me, but it definitely is a clear depiction of being a parent And even though like Skrill said, battle raps towards Blueberry,
Yeah.
you know, and even how you described it, it definitely didn't come off with no malice, bro, at all. It was all love. I don't think it was. It didn't sound like you were complaining or none of that. You was just talking my thoughts to me. Like you just made my thoughts rhyme. That's all you was doing. It wasn't. It was no hate there. It was no malice. You know, of course he don't hate his daughter, and I don't hate my son. But it's like that's all it is. That's exactly what it was. That shit was clear, bro. And everything you said, I went through, and I'm like, yo, this dude he was right there next to me. But I get it. We all go through that. We all go through that. Leaving the house with a child.
I mean, you see the table in the background behind me right now. Like, you know, yeah, I'm gonna get her ready for ballet at 9 in the morning tomorrow, and I'm pretty sure, you know, after I get the tutu on and everything, she's gonna find a way to hide under the table when it's time to actually leave. So I'm not making it up. It's a very real thing.
Nova says actual factual. Yo, and it is a perfect song too, right? Like you definitely use your mastery on that one, and not to mention when you make music from the heart, it always sounds better. So, all your shit is from the heart, but that particular song, the place in your heart where it came from, it just made for like a perfect song, like Nova says, man. Like, also, all right, ancestral plane. You said some things on there that I also relate to. Down to Mom Dukes, almost, you know, having to make the decision whether to bring us here or not, because that was a decision that they had to make, and they ain't take it lightly. You heard? Down to grandpops, you know what I mean? Like, speaking of the elders, a lot of it was exactly out of my book, and then some of it was obviously I didn't go through everything you went through, but a lot of it was very parallel. So that song right there touched me in a lot of ways, man. Ashe and rest in power to all our elders and ancestors. But you want to speak to that song and what space you in when you made Ancestral Plane?
And Ancestral Plains was one of those songs that I was speaking about where it was almost like, you know, a homework assignment, you know, just finally, you know, addressing things that I just kind of like, you know, suppressed. I was fortunate growing up. You know, I had, you know, two sets of grandparents for most of my life, up until, you know, until my adult life. In my mid 30s, you know, I on my father's side, in like consecutive years, I lost my father, his father, and then his mother. And I just kind of like pushed through that time period, you know, was kind of numb, you know, I didn't, you know, I wasn't really with any of the funeral type of things. I just kind of just kept going, you know, and by, you know, finally like addressing those things in therapy allowed me, you know, to write and address that song. And recently I lost my mother's father, my grandfather on that side.
My condolences.
You know, and I was, you know, I was in a much better space, you know, when he passed, and you know, I was able to, you know, go to his funeral. I was just in a different state of my life than I was, you know, when those things happened. But I wanted to make a song where I felt like I was speaking to, you know, my ancestors. I don't write my lyrics down. I kind of just zone out for the most part. It might even look like I'm sleeping. You know, sometimes it doesn't feel like I'm writing a song so much as I'm remembering it. You know what I mean? It's a certain type of experience. So sometimes I feel like I'd be communicating with my ancestors, you know, through creating the art anyway. Honestly,
You mentioned that on there. You say you've been there.
right? You know what I mean? Like this, you know, it's kind of like an altered state for the most part. You know, when I'm actually, you know, creating the music, and yeah, I needed to say those things out loud. You know, I needed to, you know, mainly I needed to forgive myself for some things. You know what I mean? And I was, you know, I was able to do that, you know, through that song.
I'm gonna say that was one of my favorite songs. So, you know, without speaking on, you know, your relationship with your ancestors, I'm gonna say I believe you did as well. You heard? Like, and yeah, that was that was a fire song, and y'all can see I'm a little speechless, right? So what that means is y'all need to get this project if you haven't gotten this project, because it's a lot of jewels on there, a lot of jewels, a lot of gems, and he's definitely opening up in a way where you're gonna have no choice but to feel it. With that being said, and I want to also say you can ask me questions too. I know I said that earlier, but feel free to ask me questions as well too. And thank you for sharing.
Thank you for having me on the show. Thank you for everybody that's listening and saying in the chat. I appreciate it. Definitely.
It's nothing but family in here, man. It's a family affair. Even though it's virtual, it's a family affair. And with that being said, this is the part of the interview. I'm not Vlad, right? I'm not trying to ask you about the crimes you did or the people you don't like and shit.
Blur out my face and change my voice for these questions, bro.
Nah, see, we're not even gonna have to. We're not gonna have to. I could, but we're not even gonna have to, right? But I'm gonna say this. This is a part where you can vent a little bit, right? And real quick, Nova says a lot of gems. Yes, exactly. And Kennedy says, I think mentally men, especially black men, are the most attacked. And it's good when men are able to talk in fellowship. That's a fact. That's a fact. We can definitely, it's important for us to fellowship. I agree with that. This is the part where you can vent a little bit, right? Because you've been around. I already know where you stand. Fuck the industry. We're not doing thumbs in the butt. We're all about the culture and all that. However, on a business plan, there's a part of your business plan, and we need business plans now because we're not just doing it for the love.
Mm-hmm.
We're monetizing off of our craft as business owners, right?
Right.
On a business plan template, they ask you to describe your industry, to summarize your industry. I want to know what Nate's summary of the music industry, and this is including the culture, the quote unquote underground as well, because I don't even think underground is a good enough term anymore, right? I understand we didn't have a term for it coming up, but for me, that's the scene, the culture, the tribe. We need to come up with something totally different than underground, because it makes it seem like it's not worthy of being seen, when in reality that's all people that's really from the community see outside of their television, right, in real life. So but all of it, if you could summarize the music industry as far as hip-hop is concerned, let us know describe this industry in the words of Nate.
Honestly, I feel like right now some of the very best hip-hop is being created, right? Because of access to certain things and the people's ability to do it themselves. I think that the frustration comes when you look to major outlets as the standard bearers of the music and the culture, right? But we're at a point where you don't need. There was a time when you needed to be on the radio, and we're not really there anymore. But at the same time, there's certain things that are glamorous about being in the industry, and is always going to attract our youth. Is always going to attract people who are in situations that what the industry might be fucked up, but it's better than what I'm dealing with right now. You understand what I'm saying? And I can't fault anybody for making decisions to better themselves or their family. But for me, in the space that I am right now, I just feel blessed to be able to create exactly what it is that I want to create and share it with the world in a way where I don't feel like, I'm selling myself or selling a version of myself that's not real. Right. And that's an option that's available for everybody right now. That it wasn't. It's like these kids right now, and there's a I don't want to say this gentleman's name, but there's like a popular YouTuber who recently passed away, right? And you see that people are there are some people who are like celebrating his death, and then I see a lot of people who are like, that's messed up, and it is, but it's it's showing kind of where our culture is right now, because there's so much of that. There's so much. I'm smoking on a pack, right? This is it's becoming like ingrained, kind of like in the culture, to like disrespect the dead.
Facts.
You know what I mean? And at this point, and I'm saying it like it's not just young people, but you see on the internet, everybody, a lot of people come across like they're still teenagers.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, and if you talk to certain marketers, they tell you kind of want to appear, youthful, even if you're not.
Right.
You understand what I mean? And that's what I mean. Like, there's so many of these individuals who are telling people, in order for you to get this blue check, in order for you to have this many followers, this is the way that you need to behave. This is the type of music that you need to create to get the attention. This is the things that you need to go on and go on live and tell on yourself, like commit a crime, right? Not only commit a crime, but go on live while you do the crime.
Right.
Like, go on live, you're in the middle of a shootout, people are trying to kill you, and you hiding underneath a car, and you're on live. You know what I mean? It's like,
brother go live in the ambulance right after he got shot, the rapper.
And I, there's part of me, I get it, right? You're trying to like cut through, because everybody's trying to cut through. You're trying to get out of circumstances. So I'm not here. I can't judge. I can't judge folks. You know what I'm saying? But what I if there's anything that I can leave people with, is that, there's a way for you to articulate your experience, in a way that you can get your money, but at the same time, you're not putting yourself in a situation where, it's not the best situation.
Well, you might get your head popped off.
You might get your head popped off. I saw something where, I think it was Fabulous, it might have been Jim Jones, and they were saying like, the most dangerous job in the world is to be a rapper. And like, the generation before me, I think they had Scott LaRock passed away from gun violence. My generation, we remember, Biggie and Pac passing. Like, you remember, like, this year alone.
Yeah.
How many?
We don't know.
You don't even know, bro. You don't even know. You know what I'm saying? And then not only are you going to pass away, you know what I'm saying, your ops, your name is your death is going to be celebrated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm not throwing, shade or negativity on, these are our kids, one way or the other. You understand what I'm saying? And these corporations that are capitalizing on Black death, we got to find a way, because that wouldn't be the case for any other race of people. We're the only people where this is okay.
Thanks.
You understand what I'm saying? And there has to be a way for the music to be authentic, for it to represent where we're from, what it is we do without that being present.
Yeah, you're talking my language. You know what we got to do? We got to bring back the chitlin circuit. That's serious. We can call it the chicken circuit this time. We need because this is the thing. If brothers could tour for a strong group of communities, I'm not going to say fans and all that. If it was just enough of us, I believe there was an organization trying to do it where they had chapters in I think it was like hip hop something. I forget what it's called. It was something like they tried to create a government of hip hop. So I forget what they were doing, but if brothers knew they could just go to 10, 20 states, get their bread, while they promote themselves to other people and find their target audience, people wouldn't need that look that they getting from the quote unquote industry, right? And the people that's putting them on, because a lot of that shit is just that, is a look. It's just like drug dealing back in our youth, because obviously before us it was actually lucrative, but when we were young to when we got a certain age. It really wasn't anymore, you know. But people would look like they were getting money. It was a look. So in a lot of ways, a lot of this shit is a look. These brothers in debt, you know, and they risking their life for it whole time. When they don't, it's not even that serious. When there's a slew of hip hop festivals and shows where you don't got to come armed and
they don't. When you're of that element, those promoters don't even want you to pop up like that.
Exactly,
because they know what you're bringing.
Yeah,
what's attached to, you know, what's the brother's name? Quando Rondo.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like it's hard for him to even like get shows because they know what's up.
Right.
You know what I mean? They know, you know,
it could happen at their show and they're gonna be responsible
in their facility. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And speaking of that, rest in peace to the brother, was it Draco the Ruler? Now I don't know about all the rappers that died, but this one particularly, for some reason, his death is lingering. Like I wasn't even onto his music like that, and now his music is lingering. He obviously was on to something. Yeah, he was on to something, but he died at a whole festival.
Bro.
You know, that's wild. That's wild. You know, but meanwhile, you know, if you're like, I don't know, you know, boot camp or Black Star, you know, you're not really gonna have to worry about this type of shit. And it's not that they're softer or any of that, right? It's just that that's not what brothers is calling into the energy. That's not the energy they're calling for.
Energy they're calling.
Yeah.
You got a lot of, like I said, I feel like, I don't know if there's been an era where there's been more good hip hop than it is right now. Right? You have like classic eras where classic music was made, music that's going to bang forever. But like, there's just so much good hip hop right now across multi generations.
I agree.
You know what I mean? And if you're a hip hop head, there's, you don't have to rely on the major outlets for you to get, to that music.
At all. On this channel we're on right now on YouTube, like I said, I have a morning show, and it's not like I'm in the thousands or anything like that, but we have a strong collective of people that come in the morning, chop it up, and I play usually like an hour of music, like half an hour in the beginning, half an hour at the end, and I play Grand Rising all the time, right? I play your song Grand Rising, and these people don't have to rely on corporate America to actually put them on to artists, right? It's more peer-to-peer now. Even though I'm on the screen, I'm still their peer, right? And we're just sharing music and all of that. Skrill has a question for us. He said, do y'all think more Black youth are dying from gun violence or drug use? Me personally, I'm married to a whole sociologist, so I'm not big on assuming, right? But if I had to guesstimate, damn, that's a hard one. If I was guesstimating, I don't know. I'm gonna put it in Nate's court. Nate, if you had to guesstimate,
I would say that the gun violence is definitely promoted more. Like, they make sure that that a rapper has died. Like they was never going to post his music or anything like that. But 65 Blacktop, who you never heard his music before, he was shot yesterday, and they definitely going to let you know about it. And when it comes to drug use, I think that you probably need to be of a certain stature with if they're going to announce it. I do think that drug use is very prevalent, and different type of drugs than we kind of came up on. But like you said, I don't want to guess and and say one or the other. But I do know that when Black youth die from gun violence, they make sure that it's happening.
Right. You just fucked my head up with that one because there's a lot of brothers that probably want to be on Vlad, but they don't get there until they get killed. Then all of a sudden Vlad know your name, put an article out.
Right.
But before that.
Or they get on it and then they get killed. I see that a lot as well. They get on it and their profile gets raised and they end up,
Yo, you seen the song from the brother from Chicago, the young brother? I think he probably can't be no older than 19. He said, "I'm still alive. Yeah. I'm still alive." You seen that?
Yeah, I did see it. And it, you know, I'm not even gonna lie, it kind of slapped. You know what I'm saying? But it just speaks to what we're talking about, you know. And you know, I'm not gonna sit here and pretend like I got all the answers. I just know that something has to, you know,
Right.
something to give.
Yo, this brother, y'all, was in a cast on his leg, I want to say on his foot, and he was hopping around. He said, "Whoever shot me, fuck your dad, guys."
Fuck your dad. Yo, son. And that's what I mean. Like, you know, it's like, yo.
They're gonna spin the block. Creator forbid. My prediction is he's gonna get the money he needs off of I'm Still Alive. That was I played it on the morning show and we had a whole discussion about it. My prediction is it's about to stick in a way where we're not even gonna like you're gonna hear this shit at baby showers. That's my prediction. You're gonna hear I'm Still Alive at a baby shower, right? So my thing is I hope he get where he going before they can finish the job. You know what I'm talking about? That's what I'm thinking. Skrill says the drug use also aids gun violence, and that's a fact.
That is definitely a fact. You know what I'm saying? It's much easier to go about that if you're not in your right mind.
Right.
You know.
Casey Gaines says drug use, kill more people than COVID and car accidents.
You know, Casey is a statistician. You know, he knows his stats, so I'm going to trust what Casey said.
I'm gonna trust Casey's word on that too. He also says that's along all racial lines. That's a fact. It's not just the drug use or the gun violence death. It's like all of our faults. I'm sure gets highlighted. Yeah, man, this has been a good conversation. You know, like I said, it is date night for Nate. His wife is probably like, "Yo, what? I know you got that interview, but you know what I'm saying." So, you know, I'm not going to prolong it too much longer, but you're always welcome back, you know, whenever you want to talk about a project you got going on or anything, man, even if you just want to rant, you know, and just have good conversation. We got a slew of shows on this channel. I've been talking to Supernova, Salute the Nova. I want to get you on a few other shows we produce on this channel. One is two are both music video mix shows. One is Friends with Mary Jane. And another is Kicking the Door, which is by my brother J58 from Far Rockaway. His birthday was today as well. Salute to my guy J58. Happy birthday. My guy. You know, and Skrill said, he said, "I'll definitely rant." Nah, you welcome up here, bro. You welcome up here. We got some interesting shows up here, you know. And you definitely welcome to come up. Salute to my guy Schoolboy from the morning.
Please get that man a whole radio show. Get to real. Get him a whole radio show.
Listen, man, Skrill, you're always welcome up here. I know you're joking, but you're always welcome up here, bro. You know. And I want to tell everybody, remind them once again where they can find the album 40 Days and 40 Nights is available on 40daysand40nights.biz. It's fire, if I say so myself.
Thank you, brother.
It's thought-provoking. It's stories about manhood, be it fatherhood, family, mental health, healing, and it's just straight raw hip-hop too, you know, in its authentic form without even having to sound dated. A lot of people think the real hip-hop means it got to sound dated and shit. That's not even the case. You know, my brother put a lot of creativity into this. And I want to thank you for sharing with us. And I want to remind everybody that the proceeds of the album, a good portions of them, go to Black Man Hill. You can actually look up Black Man Hill on their website. I believe it's blackmanhill.org. And I want to once again salute to my guys from NRO. I'm going to do a little NRO playlist.
Salute.
I don't like
super.
Yeah, I don't like to just end shows. I like to play music. I like to get right. So if y'all want to, you know, stay in the chat with each other, throw some comments on the screen, whatever the case may be. I'm going to play some music videos. We're going to go down memory lane a little bit, but we also going to be up to date. It's not a long playlist, but it's a playlist and it's dedicated to my brothers and sisters at NRO. Kennedy says, I keep telling people it's not even summer and they're already on the fuck shit. Since last summer, laugh out loud, it's madness. And my man Kennedy is in, I believe, Houston, and it's definitely hot out there as well. So Skrill says DJ. Oh yeah,
DJ Mechalek, my brother, the king of Rhode Island, as I like to call him. He laced these joints. You know what I'm saying? when I told him that I wanted to do something for my 40th and that I want to find a way to put out the old project that we had, he said he would send me some beats, and he sent me 3 beat tapes, and the beat tapes wasn't even just instrumentals back to backs. Like they had like movies cut in between them. Like he did it in a way it was almost difficult to like. I was like, man, you might just need to put out these beat tapes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, DJ Mechalek he's one of a kind in my opinion in terms of production, and I'm so lucky and honored to have him produce this project. So shout out to DJ Mechalek.
Yeah, we almost forgot Skrills. Good looking. Yep, because that definitely is in the description. Yes, all right, so thank you for saying that, and salute to DJ Mechalek. I haven't met you yet, brother, but all of the beats I heard is fire. So salute to you. You know what I mean? And Kennedy says, Nate, salute to you and your family. Have a great date night. I'm about to do the same. Salute to you and Diane, Kennedy. Tell Diane we say hello. And Kennedy also says, much love, Jah. Much love to all y'all. Salute, man. This was cool. This was cool. I ain't gonna front. I was a little nervous.
Thank you so much for having me on your show, Jah. I appreciate it. Thank you for everybody that's listening. Once again, if you want to head out to 40daysand40nights.biz, make sure you get that project. Yeah, much love to everybody.
Yes. With all that being said, let's get into this NRO playlist. You're gonna hear Little Mankind on there. Earlier, you heard joints from the album already. Well, one joint in particular that we led with, which was 40 Caliber. You know, but now, like I said, we just gonna get into a little NRO playlist, man. New Rap Order. From New Rap Order, you know.
Pharaoh, Chief, Spies, Skrill, Nova, Swift, Trezure, Gift, Casey. What's good, brother? New Rap Order. Y'all know what it is.
That's what it is. Yo, make sure y'all follow NA on Instagram. The link is in the description. Matter of fact, let me just put it on the screen as well. You know, take note to all of that, man. Follow Mankind on Facebook, on YouTube. You feel me? Follow him on IG. Make sure you get the album, yo. Once again, salute. Thank you again, brother. But without further ado, let's get into this music, man. All right,
salute, King.
Salute, King, brother.
Mankind, Cactus Jack, you love mankind. Yeah, black bodies in the water, in the place where they cannot float. White folks looking at me like you can't get in my boat. Black bodies in the water, in a place where they cannot float. White folks looking at us. Mankind, Cactus Jack, you love mankind. Yeah, black bodies in the water, in a place where they cannot float. White folks looking at me like you can't get in my boat. Black bodies in the water, in a place where they cannot float. White folks looking at us like you can't get in my boat. Jack in my boat. Mankind, as much as I gave to you. Cause if you gave as much as I gave to you. Cause if you gave as much as I gave to you. 40 acres in a mule. 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 Bitch, we talking reparations. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Talking reparations. Like trick, you gon' crazy. Like trick, you gon' crazy.
You know your deficit is decadent. Poor souls, you were never rich. Unseasoned, uneven. Odds are you done leading. You've only one cheating, is the sun season. Melanated love bug Starsky, wild style wildlife safari, manual labor party, party affiliations, lobbyist litigation, ungodly, God body divinations, divine non-deliberations, deliver us from Satan, expedited, deliver us from waiting, it's overdue, deliver us a payment, cash on delivery, delivered to the last of a living breed. How much? Enough to last till infinity. The question that I ask of my enemy, remember me?
You gave as much as I gave to you. You gave as much as I gave to you. 40 acres in a mule, 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 40 acres in a mule.
Bitch, we talking reparations. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Talking reparations. Like trick, you gon' pay me.
Mankind, yo, fluid as the sweat on my brow. I was riding a wave, just another head in the crowd. Hesitant, slave to the regiment, off lettuce, head in the clouds. Brand new testaments, medicine valves, sedatives for the predicate felons involved in drug peddling. In 1 week, they make less than 1,000, but put their lives on the line. They mind state like grind all the time, fine dine, fuck whining, bust guns, fuck thotties. Hug blocks, bust shotties, fuck cops. One time try and stop me, but I ain't dying, I ain't trying to hear why I do this. Or why I'm firing this 9 at you kids. Why I'm wildin', why my mind is ruthless. Why I'm crying while I ride the stupids. It's something you did, you just gave me mine, but you did.
As much as I gave to you. You gave as much as I gave to you. 40 acres in a mule, 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 40 acres in a mule.
Bitch, we talking reparations. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Talking reparations. Like trick, you gon' pay me. Like trick, you gon' pay me.
Hey yo, you can catch me riding through the town as it slowly morphs. Old Brooklyn, every corner got that holy cross. Slow motion in the sections, later ladies cross. Salute, they came before. Knew you from baby drawers. There's new money on the block. I see Mercedes, Porsche, a couple regulars, but these niggas high level developers. Fuck your office, come at you sideways. No level up, I'm copping me some property. You're probably some poppy seed farms. Like fuck it, y'all, I need me a side hustle. Sell bagels to Jews, cable to Fox News. Look who's coming to dinner, where everyone's got a seat at the table, but not you. Word to Shirley, baby. Reverse the spell, trying to turn me crazy. I'm getting out, yeah, I'm buying in. I'm selling out, going roll, going try my hands. Bitch, better try again.
I don't drink as much as I once did, and nowadays I barely hit a kid. I'm trying to be in touch with my true self. Underneath substances, my presence is too stealth. I feel like I be acting out of character, lowering my level, tripping, hanging on the banister. I've done too many nights on autopilot, bleeding in the streets when I could've just avoided violence. I don't drink as much as I once did, and nowadays I barely hit a kid. I'm trying to be in touch with my true self. Underneath substances, my presence is too stealth. I feel like I be acting out of character, lowering my level, tripping, hanging on the banister. I've done too many nights on autopilot, bleeding in the streets when I could've just avoided violence. And plus my cash flow be leaking out. Being broke to have my mind 2 steps from freaking out. Thinking about black gloves, black mask, black hoodie, black slacks, black gap, black bag shit. Now that's a twisted path for my thoughts to go. I need a new direction, I'll be speaking to my oracle. Meditate in darkness till I start to feel my aura glow. Then my inner being gives a message that I ought to know. Man, fuck this city, we done been here too long, we had enough of this city. Even though we love this city, gotta get the fuck out, we can't trust this city. Man, fuck this city, we done been here too long, we had enough of this city. Even though we love this city, gotta get the fuck out, we can't trust this city. The spirit of New York died on 9/11. Just to bring it back, I'm hitting JFK to fly to heaven. I found paradise on Costa Rican shores, while all these little hipsters taking welcome to the ghetto tours. No metaphors, real spit poetry. Most of these scenesters were not bred locally. Hopefully it changes soon. Yeah, right, guess again. More and more the native people are a rare specimen. The irony in me not being Iroquois. I gotta listen closer to the spirits for a clearer voice. Try to block the city out, but I can hear the noise. Frustrated to the point that leaders stay and nowhere near a choice. That's the pickle that I'm living in. A big sour apple, I can smell the shit it's dripping in. It's why my style's roar like sewage, juxtaposed against the way I flip the clear water fluid. Man, fuck this city. We done been here too long, we had enough of this city. Even though we love this city, gotta get the fuck out, we can't trust this city. Man, fuck this city. We done been here too long, we had enough of this city. Even though we love this city, gotta get the fuck out, we can't trust this city. Swift is mystic, gifted pen grip, no Sherlock, flow spit burn blocks, go get your Glock if you wanna pop, cause on this rap tip, man, you better stop it, you out of your gourd, I'm out of this world, I'm not of this world, I sweat diamonds and pearls, I mean I drip jewels, but they are not for the swine, your style hotter than mine, that sounds out of control, I exhale, my breath sails you out of your soul, I body rock like earth, you dead weight in space, take 10 paces off the edge of a cliff, and take note of nobility, that's on Osiris, I don't pull quick, baby, I like it raw. My mic was formed from the fossils of phony apostles whose very being was jostled by peace, not hostile. Sit still, real, I give life, but y'all be swearing that Swift kills. 6 skills, stomp stage, rip bills, get bills, flip bills, never sniff pills. Never shot crack, never smoked Zans. Not a fan of strip clubs, I don't throw bands. Not a young buck, not an old man. I procure the dope jams, people go damn. For show solo, man, bolo, your whole clan. For dolo, improvise, so no plans. I hope for more fans and Yoko Ono's mans whose ashes were spread in my city. 10 years ago, I was almost head of my city. Yeah, I moved, but still don't put nothing ahead of my city. I swear that I would be breaded as Diddy, but I dropped the ball. Instead of rapping, should've invested in alcohol. Heard of this, superlative journalist, apex editor, straight rec tournaments, rose gold medalist, metal with medicine, music is an alchemical element, I'll drudge the dregs and the sediment, reconstitute it and reconstruct the edifice, sans embellishment, pure, like the recollections of an elephant, with eloquence I represent elegant ghetto. Deluxe laces and Timberland boots, sipping old English out of champagne flutes, used to rock gold fronts with a whole suit, if it ain't about no loot, it don't compute. Test me, you don't want to. My whole 1-2 is so uncute. I get ugly like no one do. This ain't rap, I'm just letting my soul run through.
Giving a fuck though if I keep it basic. Not trying to waste it, overthinking patience. Racing to hold the fluid thought with confusion forks on my walkway. The must-strong J, but when it comes to this boom, nigga, we Pompeii. Could lick the sweat off the cheek of it, so close. Something arose, so cold. Toast when time's hard. I draw my high magician card. Measure the distance of what's missing. It's by design, hit the spot. They merely study ways to be famous. They not taming they lizard brain. They don't see the plane nor the rain in the desert. They don't know what he tapping into, what he put in his vein. They numb to the pain, the effervescent. All these indecent harbor still harbor a decent aura. Got to start feeling sorry for yourself. Army of darkness got you. Shouts to my brother Troy. Sorry I ain't get to stop you from offering yourself. What could I offer you is possible. Faces I still see in the crowd like constellations. The space between dreaming and drowning like a conversation. Some only seek the laws of preservation. I made it this far, today must be my coronation. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, yeah, king me, yeah, king me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, yeah, king me, yeah.
After I'm gone, play my shit backwards. Flash of a sofa match, let the flame capture the spirit of my message after the fact. Cause it was more stay black than it was made back then. Even though I was flipping and burning flatwoods, flipping the pack like flapjacks, smoke them down to the filter. Some of that action was abstract. Smiles crack, backs get bitten, written on files. Tax break victims hitting today's payload. We overcast smoke, gray stones. Same thing for bankroll. Too little, too late, like a day old, same old. Survey saying I ain't escaping unscathed. Serving your life for serving for murdering your own chains. Cliche, they say for black men to say they kings. But on replay, they blast every way they think we ain't. Bearing a heavy cross of devastation. I brought it this far, they must be my coronation. King me,
I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, I'm trying to make it all across the board. King me, yeah, king me, yeah.
My name is Mokhtar Yaro from West Africa, Mali. And I've been here now 18 years. I've been doing the business now over 17 years in Harlem. I just started business in 92 on 126th Street in Lenox Avenue in front of the subway. But before I opened the store, you're still doing it. I go to a lot of different festivals, Brooklyn, African Art Festival, Dance Africa. What I see now is really coming along, and because now the younger generation get into it now, what's making you unique that it's different. And we do have 1,000 different styles, 1,000 different designs. So of course, whatever you want, we can be able to make it different for you, easier.
Word up.
Yeah, but man.
New shit.
Tell me something, man. It's a brand new phone.
Come catch up to this, y'all.
The one and only
check.
baby.
Yo, check my Congi swagger. Sharper than a Chinese dagger. Cooler than the waters at the beach in Alaska. So cruise with me, y'all. Yeah. On a highway to success, just like NAFTA. But I digress. The success that I'm after will cause me to get a record deal with NASA. A star. The brightest is the black one. I vow before the day I'm ghost like Casper. One day they shall call me master. One day I'm taking my black ass back to Africa. The one and only check. Yo, check my Congi swagger. Sharper than a Chinese dagger. Cooler than the waters at the beach in Alaska. So cruise with me, y'all. Yeah. On a highway to success, just like NAFTA. But I digress. The success that I'm after will cause me to get a record deal with NASA. A star. The brightest is the black one. I vow before the day I'm ghost like Casper. One day they shall call me master. One day I'm taking my black ass back to Africa. Snakeskin black belt, $1,000 carry, shell made, gold plate, frame shades with the hat tilt. Kente cloth vest. That's right. The gold medallion, a dick with symbol laying on my chest. Indigo denim, Ethiopian linen, Ethiopian women, small waist, little breasts. With a cute face and a short hair looking fresh. I'm laying in the cut, my life must be the best. Blessed. I'm so blessed, I could complain, but I ain't got no reason. In Tanzania, 80 degrees every season. God is great, whichever one you believe in. Chilling at Mount Kilimanjaro, so high above sea level, I already see tomorrow. You think that I'm joking, you thinking like, what kind of weed is he smoking? That's my Conky swagger. Take another look. I don't smoke, but if I did, it would be kush. No pun intended. You get it by the pound, while I get it by the bush. My natural high is unending. Yeah, it don't stop, y'all. Swag, check it. Yo, that's my Congolese swagger. She get it from her mama. I get it from Mama Africa. They can hate, but it just don't matter. You late, come catch up on my Congolese swagger. My Congolese swagger. She get it from her mama. I get it from Mama Africa. They can hate, but it just don't matter. You late, come catch up on my Congolese swagger. I sprinkle gold dust on my food, so even when I take a shit, I make a golden stool. Women in the pool, I always assume you had sex with your bathers. I know I do, and I'm no fool. I get my jewels from the true sages, not no soothsayers. Build with the ancestors, say a few prayers. Life's mysteries, uncover a few layers. A book of life, co-wrote a few pages. My swagger is ageless, a fine wine that you never tasted. Greatness, amazing, untainted. Now river flow, come catch a fresh breath of air from the ancient. Yeah, word up, yeah, that's my Congolese swagger. A lot of y'all don't know about it. Let's do it though. That's my Congolese swagger. She get it from her mama. I get it from Mama Africa. They can hate, but it just don't matter. You late, come catch up on my Congolese swagger. My Congolese swagger. She get it from her mama. I get it from Mama Africa. They can hate, but it just don't matter. You late, come catch up on my Congolese swagger. My swagger, my swagger, my swagger, my swagger, my swagger, my swagger. That's my Congolese swagger. A lot of y'all don't know about that yet, you know what I mean? Come and catch up though. It's that new shit, you know what I'm saying? That new shit coming from the new old school. When you super fly and you super fresh, you know what I'm saying? But you can rock it how you wanna rock it, you know what I mean? I'll show you what's hot. I'm trying to find out, you know what I mean? That's my Congolese swagger, my swagger, my swagger, my swagger, my swagger, my swagger.
Jump on Twitter, let them know where you're at. Hashtag not hip hop white. This
black girl, why are your roots burned? Can't let water touch it, why do you use perm? Black girl, they tryna be like you, buying them curves. Why you trying to be white, boo? I like you just the way you are. You look like my mom's is strong, the same way that you was born. I love you just the way you are. Lioness complexion, but you're misdirected, disrespected, cause your brothers don't love you. They get money and power and fuck with the others. Made the ideal black girl unreal. It's too many shades for us to choose one face.
Love, yeah, black is the color of my true love, yeah, black is the color of my true love, yeah, black is the color of my true love, yeah.
Sing black girl, why are your roots burned? Can't let water touch it, why do you use perm? Black girl, they tryna be like you, buying them curves. Why you trying to be white, boo? I like you just the way you are. You look like my mom's is strong, the same way that you was born. I love you just the way you are. Lioness complexion, but you're misdirected, disrespected, cause your brothers don't love you. They get money and power and fuck with the others. Made the ideal black girl unreal. It's too many shades for us to choose one face, but our views done changed. I remember barrettes and plaits in your hair. Now you ain't got enough time to act like you care. So you pay for the salon, the rap's what you wear. I attack, but I still stare, cause we've all fell victim to their traditions. I've been known to like this particular type of woman, fair skin, long hair, but don't get me wrong, dear, I ain't mad at you. I just love when you're natural. Love when your attitude is reflective of your struggle. Love when you're respected, arm stretched, I wanna hug you. Love when you're yourself is why I want you. And everything I said it because I love you. Saying black girl, put your hands together. Everybody put your hands together. We sing black girl. Yeah, you look beautiful to me, huh, black girl? Just the way that you should be, yeah, black girl. Don't you ever try to fit up in that world. That world wasn't made for you, black girl. I like you just the way you are. You look like my mom's is strong, the same way that you was born. I love you just the way you are. Chocolate complexion, but you've been subjected to all forms of hate. But you never gon' break, more worthy than James. You're sturdy like a cane, you're pretty like the mane on the lioness, you fly as shit. So there's no need for me to lie like I'm denying this. See, all I wanna do is find me an enlightenment, stripping for right in love. Me and my wife, that's it. So listen here, I need you and you need me, and that is the way it is supposed to be. Repeat, I need you, you need me, we need each other, and that is the way it is supposed to be. Black girl, don't change, you black girl, stay the same, you black girl, do your thing, you black girl, you look African to me, huh, black girl, just the way that you should be, yeah, black girl. Don't you ever try to fit up in that world, cause that world wasn't made for you, black girl. I like you just the way you are. You look like my mom's is strong, the same way that you was born. I love you just the way you are. You are my reflection, so I must respect you. Sing.
Black girl, I'm so proud to be in this brown skin of antiquity. Queen of the sun and the waters collectively built together, there's no telling what we'll see. I love you just the way you are. To the tight jeans and weave, the dreads and the new rock stars. I love you just the way you are. Mama, do what you do, but know this true. Don't you ever turn your back on the black in you. Don't you ever turn your back on the black in you. Cause the black is much more than beautiful. It's powerful, it's magical. Ladies, say
you look beautiful to me, huh, black girl? Just the way that you should be, yeah, black girl. Don't you ever try to fit up in that world.
Black girl, you look good being black, girl. I like you just the way you are. You look like my mom's is strong, the same way that you was born. I love you just the way you are. You are my reflection, so I must respect you. Sing, sing. Yeah, I love you cause you're black, girl. Records, Jah C, King Swift, King Gutter, these spots pro. Yeah, everything ain't alright upstairs, but it's alright, I'ma be great, yeah, right up there. That's my fake niggas, I don't write, I tear. Through the page and relay all the cries I hear. Young black non-celebrity.
can see the King's March, the electric sky. Every Monday night, every Monday night, every Monday. And you will find me in the rising sun. My time will never be done. And you will find me in the rising sun. My time will never be done. Electric sky. Electric sky. Electric sky. The King's marching the 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 electric sky. Electric I think it's time to run away, straight to the sun at the end of the day. Crash through the end of this world I made. Fly out my.
He told me I was perfect. Counted the freckles on my nose in the dark chocolate he suckled. I suffered under loving him, but it was so good. I swear it was so good. Swear it was milk and honey and madness. Through lips smacked, I tasted his dreams. And they were like endless pastures and staring off cliffs to freedom land. They were like an eloquent soliloquies. They were like Negro spirituals, beautiful and pained and everything. He said he loves me nappy. Early morning, wild eyes and free, how I was meant to be. Said he smelled the sweat and determination in my throat before I burned it out. Before the grease took my worried brow, what are we now? He wonders since I don't look the same.
Chad. Madam C.J. Walker. Yeah.
Mankind. Yo.
Chad.
Madam CJ laced you with a perm and you mad cause I ain't say a word. But would it be wrong to say that you were perfect how you were? Let's get it straight here, we going through it and they should be concerned. Let's get it straight here, we going through it and they should be concerned.
Mankind. Nah, where'd your afro go? You were perfect how you were, girl, and that's no joke. There's no need to eliminate your kinks and curls to assimilate your nappy hair and your pretty face. Let's get it straight here, baby. You don't need straight hair to butterfly flutter where my stomach lies. What a time to be alive. It's been a great year. We finally free and they scared. I couldn't wait to play up in your scalp, but it seemed like everything changed since we made it from the south. We used to stay up in the house. You was shy, no patience for the crowds, no hatred. I'm just trying to figure out why you rather comb it down and pick it out. Cause if you did it for me, just know it's something I could live without. But if you did it for you, that's all I need to know. You're all I need to grow. Keep me close, keep me close. Even though mad at the CJ lace you with the perm, you mad cause I ain't say a word.
Whoever said long hair don't care is a bald-headed liar. You're bald cause your head was on fire. I see the tracks of your tears and it's tearing me apart. I can't relax, I wear it on my heart. I wear it like my skin, it's wearing on me thin. Started losing my hair, I'm like, where do I begin? Sometimes I'm full of shit, it's clear that I depend on your support. I saw your hair and thought it was the end. Let's get it straight here. I dread falling out with you, I'd rather lock it down. Natural beauty, you should rock the crown. She said, stop throwing rocks at my throne. The hair that I rock is my own. I brushed it off, touched the soft. Really checked it out, got turned on. About to sweat it out, mankind.
They asked John, why your fucking skin so light? Cause Pops raped Mom by the shed one night. And my mom's was a slave and my Pops was white. Who thought black pussy was his goddamn right? Everybody say I look just like him. Same eyes, same nose, but I'm bright light skin. How could he disown me, knowing that he owned me? Plus I got a sister too, see I ain't the only. Tragic mulatto, that's a horse and a donkey. That ain't me, I'm a nigga in a honky. I ain't got a lot, but I got a pot to piss in. Plates is for the boogers, pans is for the shitting. When they eatin' is the only time I'm grinning. And when they hurlin', that's the only time I'm winning. Took a pistol from my Pops, gave that shit to my man. Now we got him a gun, and he got him a plan.
Mankind.
Yo.
Mankind.
I was working in the field for the boss and I swore I saw a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on the horse?
I swear that Jehovah on the cross, I really seen a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse? Well, this might feel a boss with remorse, but I think I saw a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse?
I wasn't even sipping on the sauce, and I swore I saw a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse?
Check. Yo, about to dive off the deep end. Black jockeys trying to Preakness. Yeah, I'm seeing sounds, this is synesthesia. A little reefer, a little pizza. Napoleon complexes, Little Caesars. From the pits of Giza to where the Pisa leans. Lady Gaga, little monsters. Zombies bleeding, deceased carcasses. Chopped up so it's easy to eat like read 'em and weep. Bet on that like the Belmont. Cell block hell, Mattel props. Van Gogh leaving them shell-shocked black jockeys trying to win Kentucky derbies. That's the charm fucking early. Crack a dawn, orange juice trying to duck the scurvy. Otherworldly, no alarm clock. Yup, I'm up as soon as the sun alerts me like, here comes the sun. Here comes the #1 gunners on the block. Mankind, 101, son of none other than the mother son. All the time like the horse, all I think run and run. That and only if I had another gun. They divide, make it back, they could add, they subtract. Took my life, I'm just trying to take it back. What is love? What the fuck is love?
Mankind. Yo, heard they trying to get a clue, cause the clan can't scout me. I ride like the wind to the end of the county. Somebody told me that they saw my picture with a bounty. I told them that the eagle and the hawk, them surround me. By the blood of God, bloodhounds never found me. Now I'm a wolf and my wolf pack rowdy. Howl at the moon, devour and consume. Get a gut feeling when your bowels start to move. Wanna rush, legion of doom. Doomsday preaching at noon. Prophesy since the seed in the womb. It's a heaven's plate wedding day. Dynamite sticks in the wedding cake. Got a lit fuse about to detonate. Let us pray in war paint. Red in my eyes, determined to live. Live free, ready to die. Mankind. I was working in the field for the boss and I swore I saw a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse?
I swear that Jehovah on the cross, I really seen a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse? Well, this might feel a boss with remorse, but I think I saw a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse?
I wasn't even sipping on the sauce, and I swore I saw a nigga on a horse.
A nigga on a horse?
nigga on a horse, nigga on an elephant, nigga winning wars, nigga in a roadster, nigga in a Porsche, nigga in a spaceship, nigga with the force, a nigga with a pen beat, a nigga with a sword, a nigga with an attitude, nigga with awards. One thing I ain't is a nigga with a boss, so I smile every time my niggas up in the source, mankind.